What is going on, everyone? This Houston Texans defense, led by head coach DeMeco Ryans, it's going to be one of the best units in the NFL. Dare I say, we have a top 5 defense. When I look at this unit, I see the reigning defensive rookie of the year. I see an offseason where you acquired 4, maybe 5 starters, 2 of the starters on the defensive line. Both of those guys had double-digit sacks this year. You added a starter in your linebacker room for the next 3 years, and then you have 2 guys fighting it out for the number 2 cornerback spot. Then you have guys trying to figure it out, whether that's 3-year players or whether that's guys on their 3rd team. And then finally, you got the veterans just trying to get as close to that Super Bowl as they can. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be added to my Houston Texans Discord, let me know in the comments down below and I will personally send you the invite. We are predicting the 11 starters on this 2024 Houston Texans defense. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 713 Houston Sportcast, where I drop daily Houston Texans content. So make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. And guys, do me a favor, have a real blessed rest of your day. Let's start with the group that I have the most confidence in, and that is this front 4. Your 2 edge rushers. It's Will Anderson Jr., it's Danielle Hunter. With Will Anderson Jr., this is the future of the Houston Texans defense. 7 sacks during his Defensive Rookie of the Year campaign, really turned it up towards the end of the year. With Will Anderson Jr., I am expecting a double-digit sack season. He is going to have some help on the other side, and I think he is just going to grow into a superstar. The guy opposite of him, your big free agent acquisition on a 2-year deal, Danielle Hunter, coming home, spent his entire career with the Minnesota Vikings, a 4-time Pro Bowler in the past 5 years, coming off of a season, a career-high 16.5 sacks. He is one of those veterans I was talking about trying to get to their first ever Super Bowl. But guys, I think you have one of the best edge rushing combos in the NFL. I expect both of these guys to have double-digit sacks. If I could put a number on it, I am expecting 12 sacks from Will Anderson Jr. and 14 plus from Danielle Hunter. Your 2 starting defensive tackles, according to ESPN, one of them is Danico Autry, the acquisition in free agency. He is one of your starters. He is coming off of a season where he had 11.5 sacks with the Tennessee Titans, and I think we could potentially see another 8-sack plus season. The Houston Texans are his 3rd team in the AFC South, spent last year with Tennessee. The 3 years before that, spent the last 3 years with Tennessee. The 3 years before that, spending with the Indianapolis Colts. He is familiar with this division. He's going to be very good for you. Now, they also have Foley Fatukasi starting at the 2nd defensive tackle spot. However, I want to give that to either Tim Settle, who you just signed this offseason, or Khalil Davis. With Khalil Davis, I make the joke that he hasn't stopped playing football in the past 2 years, was with the USFL, the Birmingham Stallions, got very far into the playoffs, got signed by the Houston Texans, then immediately went into training camp. It was battling for a position, played a full season, and had some moments where you looked at Khalil Davis and said, hey, he is giving you quality reps, and this is just someone who you picked up off the street. I want to see Khalil Davis get his opportunity here to start at the defensive tackle spot. And if his play is faltering, well, you have a lot of guys who I think you could throw into that rotation. Now, moving to the group that gives me the most concern heading into this season, the secondary. And it's kind of both the play on the field and whether or not these guys can stay healthy. ESPN has the Houston Texans starting secondary as Derek Stingley and Jeff Okudah, your 2 starting cornerbacks. No surprise there. And your 2 safeties being Jimmy Ward and Jalen Petrie. Let's start with the 2 cornerbacks. Derek Stingley, I love him. He is locked down. But he has yet to play a full season in his career. You could say the same for Jeff Okudah and C.J. Henderson. What is the game plan if one of those guys get injured? Is Kamari Lassiter going to have to step up? Is Desmond King? Is Lonnie Johnson? When you look at your two safeties, Jimmy Ward, Jalen Petrie, it's kind of the same thing. What Jalen Petrie is, can this dude figure it out? A horrible year two, couldn't tackle, couldn't cover, was a liability for you heading in towards the end of the season. And Jimmy Ward, you just cannot rely on him to be there on Sunday. He only appeared in 10 games for you, and I don't think he finished 10 games. If Jimmy Ward does miss some time, their backup right now is safety Kalen Bullock. I really hope these guys play a full game together, knock on wood, and I hope guys like Jeff Okudah, CJ Henderson really figure it out. This is kind of their last chance with Derek Stingley. I want to see him play a full year. If he is healthy, a full season, we're talking about a top 5 cornerback in the NFL. Your linebacker room. This is the group that I'm not worried about because of who is in charge, and that is D'Amico Ryans. Your 2 starting linebackers. Christian Harris, who his growth throughout the season was evident. And the playoff game against the Browns, the pick 6 off of Joe Flacco, learning from D'Amico Ryans, it gets me excited for his upcoming season. Azeez Al-Shaair, your new acquisition from free agency, spent last year with the Tennessee Titans, a couple years before that in San Francisco, familiar with D'Amico Ryans and this system. He sounds very excited to be a Houston Texan. I think this linebacking group is gonna, it's just gonna be just fine, ladies and gentlemen. If you get all pro type of play from this group, you're gonna have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited for this upcoming season. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below on this Houston Texans defense. For more Houston content, you guys know what to do. Follow me for more. Go H-Town. Have a very blessed day.